Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping his D. Let's react to this video about Impressive. So part of this video is a rundown of the VMAs. I did not watch the VMAs. I don't watch award shows, but we're gonna get a gist of what happened and who won and who performed and how they did and all that from this vid. It also says Rihanna's Met Gala mess. Oh, okay, something happened with that. And then Doja Cat snubs SZA. How's she gonna snub SZA? How she got that power? I don't know. But this is a pretty long video, so let's just hop into it. This intro, child. It's too long. Welcome to the Impressive channel.
Welcome to the Impressive channel. There are several things I want to talk about in this video. First, I want to talk a little bit about the Met Gala, but before I get into this topic, I want to thank HelloFresh for sponsoring
But shout out to the sponsor.
Video.
I support
HelloFresh
you.
Is America's #1 meal
Y'all use her coupon code Impressive14 to get 14 free meals. That's a lot of free meals. I worked with them before.
Now back to the video. Let me talk a little bit about the 2021 Met Gala. Now this year's theme was called In America, a Lexicon of Fashion. So everybody was kind of giving an ode to American fashion. The theme wasn't too specific. It was pretty much like everybody could wear whatever they wanted to wear. And that's exactly what they did. And I didn't really see a lot of outrageous moments on the red carpet. But there were some looks that kind of stood out to me. I'm going to talk about the looks that I actually liked. First look I want to talk about is Gabrielle Union's dress. She wore an Iris Van Herpen dress, and I love this whole look.
It looks like it's made out of paper, though.
I love the scaly pattern, and I really thought it fit Gabrielle like a glove. It was definitely one of my favorites of the night. Another one of my favorite looks was Iman. Iman actually wore a very extravagant Dolce & Gabbana outfit, and she had this weaved headdress and also this weaved caged hoop skirt around her waist. It was a look. It definitely was probably one of the most interesting looks on the red carpet, and I would say this is actually the best.
66, bitch. Without being you better fucking serve.
The look that I really liked was Kendall Jenner's look.
Senior slay.
A new Givenchy gown with all of these encrusted jewels on.
I'm not being shady. She's considered a senior, all right?
I loved it.
65.
And even though this look has been done before, I do like the style of it, and I like the way it fit Kendall. So this look definitely gets a thumbs up from me. It's simple, it's chic, but it's still very dazzling. Another look I loved was Lupita's look. Lupita wore this striated denim Versace gown, and I thought the look was excellent. I thought it fit the theme as well because denim is a classic American look, and she looked fabulous. I loved it. Now the other looks that I liked was Chloe and Halle's look. They both wore dresses from
Halle looks so fuck good.
And I thought Chloe and Halle looked absolutely adorable.
Halle is serving
like dolls. I think they need to do some type of deal with Barbie because their looks can literally be made into Barbie dolls. I liked Chloe's white gown. It was simple, but it was classy.
They're so cute.
I loved Halle's look. She wore this whole pink, shimmery, shingled look, and this was kind of her ode to Tina Turner.
Yes.
I thought Halle pulled this look off perfectly, and I have to say, Halle is one of those girls that can really make a name in the fashion industry.
Yeah.
I can definitely see her being a fashion it girl like Zendaya. All of her looks from New York Fashion Week have been really good, and I like how photogenic she is. The camera seems to really love her. She doesn't take a bad photo ever. With all the looks that she's been giving, I can definitely see her being one of the industry fashion darlings.
Come on, Halle.
Another look that I actually liked was Megan Thee Stallion's look.
I like this a lot.
Now, I was looking at some comments on social media, and some people were saying that her dress looked like a prom dress.
Yeah,
but honestly,
it looks better from that angle.
I did like this look a lot. I love the hair and makeup. She was giving old Hollywood glam, and this is actually one of the best looks I've seen from Megan. And to me, I thought she looked great. And she was wearing a dress by Coach, by the way. Also, Normani stepped out in this mustard yellow gown from Valentino, and I thought she looked great. She was kind of giving me Princess Tiana vibes with this look. And I do think a different hairstyle would have probably made this look pop even more. I would have liked to see like a side swoop from her with a long ponytail. I think that would have been cute. But overall, I did like her look a lot. Now, as far as men goes, one of my favorite looks was from the basketball player Russell Westbrook. I really liked his look a lot. I liked his blue dyed hair with the American stars spray painted on there. It was very patriotic, very American, and I liked it. I liked it because it wasn't a boring tuxedo. It actually had some character. So I was here for this look. I also thought Lil Nas X had a very extravagant look. He served three different golden Versace looks, and I thought he pulled it off pretty well. The golden look kind of reminds me of an Oscar. I don't know if that was the look he was going for, but that's what it reminds me of. And also, I do like this gold sequin bodysuit. I thought his looks were very interesting. And his golden cape was giving me Liberace vibes. I thought it was very flamboyant, very extra. And it was giving me the drama that I wanted to see on the carpet. Now, even though I liked a lot of the looks, some of them kind of missed the mark for me. I think Sierra's look was kind of missing something for me. It wasn't bad.
It ain't missing something. It's adding something unnecessarily.
I do like Sierra's fashion sense, and I loved her hair and makeup in this particular look.
She doing this because her husband, girl.
The jersey gown.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. Maybe I don't understand the vision, but it didn't really come together for me. But I do like the fact that she honored her husband, Russell Wilson, by wearing his jersey.
So that is the vision, but it's not giving.
And she did honor an American football team, so she definitely stayed on theme. Just like Sierra, Kim Kardashian also wore a look in honor of her husband. She wore this all-black Balenciaga look to channel Kanye West.
Girl!
But I think Kim was kind of doing it for attention. It wasn't giving fashion to me. She just wanted to be talked about. And I think she wanted to let the world know that she's still rocking
even if
with
it
her
got
husband.
them little holes, I'm sure it does. That ain't enough.
I was kind of disappointed in was Naomi Osaka's look. I think she was trying to do something different, but it didn't really come together for me. She kind of ended up looking like Angelica's doll, Cynthia. And also, her boyfriend, Cordae, looked like Inspector Gadget.
He does.
So, I don't know. It just didn't come together for me. I like Naomi Osaka and I like Cordae, but I wasn't feeling their looks. And I really hate to say this. I really hate to say this, but I was not feeling Rihanna's look this year. And I was disappointed because Rihanna always comes with amazing looks. Rihanna is the Met Gala. For the past several years, Rihanna has been the highlight of every Met Gala. So I was hoping she would bring it this year, but I just wasn't feeling it. And maybe I don't understand it. Maybe I don't understand that she's trying to make a fashion statement, you know, look like a robber but make it fashion, you know. But I didn't quite understand it. And I wasn't feeling A$AP Rocky's look either. He looked like a bowl of Captain Crunch and berry cereal. He definitely wasn't doing it.
That looks exactly like Captain Crunch, and I loved Captain Crunch.
They're known for their fashion, so I expected better
that was the first thing I thought of.
And A$AP Rocky, but
and
for some reason it just did not come together this year. But I will say Rihanna's look is going to be pretty memorable. Even though I don't like it, I can definitely see somebody channeling this look in the future. And that's one thing about trendsetters. They always do something that's different and something that people will imitate. Now let me move on and talk about the Video Music Awards. Over the weekend, the VMAs aired, and I do want to briefly talk about some of the performances. I was mostly excited to see Doja Cat, Normani, and Chloe perform, so let's talk about it. First, starting with Doja Cat.
I like Normani's
Now, Doja Cat actually hosted the VMAs, and she also performed 2 of her songs. She first performed one of my favorite songs on her album, Planet Her, Been Like This, and she performed this song, Floating in the Air, and I thought this was a really cool visual. It definitely reminded me of when the artist Pink used to perform her songs floating in the air, but I thought the performance was pretty dope. I like the fact that Doja does something different every time she performs. She never performs her songs the same way. So I liked when she performed Been Like This. I also liked her performance of her song You Right. She did a whole interpretive dance performance of this song where she was fighting between her love for 2 guys. She's in a relationship with one man, but she was lusting after another. So I thought that was a very interesting way for her to perform that song, and I really liked it. I did. And Doja Cat did win some awards at the VMAs.
Really cute.
She actually won Best Art Direction with her video with Saweetie for Best Friend. And this was actually Saweetie's first Moon Man. So congratulations to both Saweetie and Doja Cat. Also, Doja won Best Collaboration with SZA for her song Kiss Me More. And there were some people who were surprised that Kiss Me More beat out WAP. But honestly, I think Kiss Me More deserved this award. I thought the video was amazing and the song was good. But there is something I do have to point out that was kind of weird to me. And it's when Doja Cat and SZA received their award.
I don't like that.
Now,
that
Doja
looks like
Cat
nipples. And it's clearly not. But it looks like it. So that's a really weird thing for them to add to this top.
Did not really give SZA a chance to talk. And at first I thought maybe she was nervous, maybe she was just rambling and she wasn't aware of the time. But I rewatched it and I noticed that Doja wasn't allowing SZA to speak. In fact, Doja was thanking everybody under the sun except SZA. And I know this is Doja Cat's song, so at the end of the day, the focus should be on her. But SZA was standing right there on stage with her. And I think it would have been proper etiquette to just step aside and allow her to say a few words. Because even though the song is not SZA's, she still was a part of it. And she's also a big reason why the song was successful on TikTok.
I really like
because her part went viral on TikTok. But Doja pretty much did all the talking while SZA was standing there looking confused. And SZA's father wasn't here for that at all. In fact, he called out Doja on Instagram and said, that was some unprofessional payments.
Looking like a fucking caterpillar. She shouldn't have done her like that.
SZA's father wasn't here for it, and the moment was pretty awkward, but SZA did handle it with grace, and she didn't make too big of a deal out of it. So if SZA didn't mind, I don't think we should mind either.
We don't know if she minds. She could just be smiling for the camera.
To say a few words, but that's just my opinion on that. Now, moving on, I want to talk about Chloe Bailey from the group Chloe and Halle. Chloe,
I just reacted to her video, her music video on my Patreon.
Her first performance as a solo artist on the VMAs stage, and I thought Chloe did a great job. Let's talk about her vocals. Her vocals and her breath control were on point. I was very impressed. I love the energy and I love the intensity of her performance. I loved it. This is actually the first performance where I've seen Chloe do full-on choreography.
Beyonce,
and singing and doing high-energy choreography at the same time is pretty
She
hard.
was studying.
But I do have to give her props for pulling it off. Now, I do see where Chloe can use some improvement and a little bit of polishing. I love the fact that she's energetic and passionate on stage.
She needs to control the
But I do think she could benefit from being more controlled with her movements.
Yeah,
and I think that will come over time. Like I said before, this is Chloe's first time doing high energy choreography.
It just seems so wild.
When she performs with her sister Halle, she does some choreography here and there, but for the most part, Chloe and her sister Halle focus.
I love how Halle performs. She's so chill. It's so natural and it's like a vibe.
To show that they can perform. They are great performers. But now that Chloe is adding in more choreography, it's going to take some time and experience to kind of get the hang of it and be more polished on stage. But I think once she gets the hang of it, she's going to be pretty dangerous. Her talent is limitless as well. She can do it all. She can sing, she can produce, she can dance.
I like the little braided band.
She can play instruments. She can act. She's just a well-rounded entertainer. And I can say the same thing for her sister Halle. Both of them are incredibly talented, and I'm very interested to see how they evolve as solo artists and solo entertainers. I know Chloe gets a lot of inspiration from Beyonce.
A lot.
And you can see where she channels Beyonce a lot. And some people have issues with that. Now, to me, I don't see anything wrong with it.
It's just
because
overkill.
Beyonce is her mentor. But as time goes on, I do feel like Chloe will eventually come into her own. And we just have to give her time to do that.
Okay.
Now, last but not least, I want to talk about Normani. Normani performed her song Wild Side, and I love this performance as well. I thought Normani did an excellent job.
The VMA said, alright, you can come, bitch.
The visuals and the
you can perform, goddamn.
Choreography was absolutely amazing.
That's
Shout out
good.
to her choreographer, Sean Bankhead, because he always gets her together on stage. And I was really impressed with how Normani was able to pull this off, because she was the last one added to the lineup. So she had less time to prepare. And even with the limited time she had, she still put together an amazing performance.
Good.
And I really did appreciate her vocals and her breath control. Now, some people thought Normani was lip syncing. In fact, I saw some of the comments under her video, and some people were questioning whether or not she was singing live. And Normani actually was singing live. I did see some footage of her performing live in person, and you could clearly hear that her microphone was on. You could clearly hear that she was breathing, but her breath control was so good, and her vocals were very clean throughout the performance, that it's hard to tell whether or not she was singing live, but she was.
That's a good
now,
thing.
It is possible that there might have been some tuning on her voice. I wouldn't blame her if she used some audio correction, because she was dancing pretty hard, and sometimes you want to sound your best. So I wouldn't rule out the possibility that there may have been some tuning on her voice, but it's kind of hard to tell sometimes, because Normani does sound the same way live that she does on her record. In fact, I saw her sing on Genius, and she sounded the exact same way she sounded on Wild Side. And I did like the fact that she added her whistle register in her performance as well. I thought that was a cool touch, because for those who don't know, Normani can actually whistle.
I hate that noise, though. I ain't gonna lie. Even Mariah Carey do it, I don't want to hear it.
Now, I want to talk about the moment that had Normani trending. Normani actually brought out Tiana Taylor on this whole contraption thing, and she gave Tiana Taylor a lap dance. Now, for those who don't know, Normani was referencing Janet Jackson's performance of Would You Mind? So this whole little routine was her way of paying homage to Janet Jackson. And I actually appreciate the fact that both Normani and Tiana paid homage to Janet. But I will say that this part of the performance was unnecessary and a little inappropriate, considering that the VMAs was aired on Nickelodeon. I didn't know that until afterwards.
I know you fucking lying.
This was not a kid-friendly show at all. And I thought this routine didn't really flow well with the performance. It was kind of random. But I think Normani did this to get people talking, and it worked. This moment actually had her trending, and she got some mixed reactions. Some people were praising her, and others were kind of confused at the fact that she was able to get away with this, whereas an artist like Lil Nas X would be dragged for doing something like this. So people were pointing out the double standard of that, which I can see that there is a double standard. But at the end of the day, this is the VMAs, and the VMAs is known for shock value. So you're going to see a lot of artists do things for shock value at these award shows, especially in the industry today, because people are not watching award shows like that. So an artist needs to do something shocking to get people's attention. If they were to do away with it.
Who was that nigga that Eddie Murphy played on Coming to America? That's what he looked like.
The antics, they wouldn't trend the same. And it's sad that it has to be that way, but unfortunately, that's how it is now. Anyway, tell what y'all think about this video.
Yeah, that's sad. I talked about that exact thing on my reaction of Chloe's music video on my Patreon. But anyway, yeah, that's wild that the VMAs is on Nickelodeon. I'm so confused. Why isn't it on MTV? Is that not still a thing? I don't watch TV, so I don't know what's happening nowadays. I have not had cable in a very long time, so I don't know what's going on. But what the fuck, Nickelodeon? So yeah, I do think that was a bit much, just in general, but definitely for fucking Nickelodeon. What are we doing here? But yeah, it looked like I didn't miss much as usual. I just don't find award shows entertaining whatsoever. I do think Doja was a bit shady and not letting SZA talk at all, and especially because she came on stage with you, girl. That was just odd for you to not step aside and like let her say something. But I didn't watch the clip, so I don't know exactly how it came across, but it sounds a little shady. And as far as the Met Gala looks, yeah, they looked a hot ass mess, but what the fuck do I know? I can't dress to save my life. I know nothing about fashion. So, maybe they were giving to y'all. I have no idea. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this stuff. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see you on the next one.